Neumann, and this is August 2017's HELIOS Tarot Forecast, drawn to match and speak to your personal astrological zodiac sign. Check out my website, iamhelios.com, and investigate all that I have to offer there, personal readings, courses, etc., and subscribe if you would like to receive updates. Also follow the link below to Annie Botticelli's Starry Teller Forecasts and be fascinated by how astrology plays into this all so beautifully. Okay, let's get started. Alright, Gemini, here is your tarot spread for the month. You can see here that there are 5 cards, one of which is the central theme. You have 2 potential choices up top, and then of course the past and the fate section down at the bottom. Here in your central theme you have the Eon. This is profound. This is a big deal. Something big is happening. You've come to the full fruition of one stage and you're now moving on to another. There's a kind of mastery that has been achieved. So look to your life to figure out how exactly this is manifesting for you and what subject this is speaking to. So there's, in some way, in some facet of your life, you've come to a close. You've come to the point where it's time to, massively transform and actually start implementing that which you have learned. Okay, so imagine stepping through a door into another universe, and that's perfect for this tarot spread since this does deal directly with stepping through doorways, stepping into new dimensional timelines. And you have 2 options here. You have the Hierophant or the Prince of Discs. So these are both strong personalities. Okay, the Prince of Discs most specifically is associated with the Myers-Briggs personality profiling system. And of course there are 16 personality profiles on the Myers-Briggs system, and no surprise, there are 16 court cards in the tarot. And the Prince of Discs is, it corresponds with the ESFP, or the extroverted sensing feeling perceiver. So this is somebody who's, spontaneous, who loves surprises, who juggles multiple projects at once, somebody who consistently gives and gives, somebody who can steadily work towards something and take on quite a lot in order to see the whole project through. Okay, so this is perhaps an aspect of yourself that is already there, that is already very prominent in your life, in which case this is the dimensional timeline upon which you do things the way you have always done them. And you simply approach life according to old methods. Nothing wrong with that, though you, Gemini, might get bored with that. It actually might be time to change, which is what the Eon has surfaced for. In which case you would then be prompted to take the Hierophant path. Of course, it's all up to you. The Hierophant path could be potentially very fruitful. It involves the acceptance and integration of cosmic law, cosmic wisdom, and the intelligent design of the cosmic soup, and also the implementation of this. So the Hierophant, it sort of is a path upon which you step into a position of a teacher or a mentor, somebody who acts as a beacon for higher truth. And so in stepping into that position, you sort of become it. You become the teacher by learning how to teach. Even if your intention is not to become a teacher, not to embody that role, you act through example as a kind of guiding light, as an inspiration. So this is the path upon which you might actually be of greater service to humanity, to the world, to yourself even. So, of course, embodying wisdom by accepting it, embracing it, integrating it, and teaching it, you're certainly doing yourself quite a favor, quite a service. Which is not to say that the Prince of Discs path is lesser of the 2. It really is up to choice. But you can know for certain that if you are not embodying the personality profile that corresponds with this Prince of Discs, then you are stepping into the Hierophant because you do have these 2 choices here before you, in which case you can expect something quite transformational, as of course was implied by your central theme being the Eon, the very essence of transformation into another way of being, into a new vantage point, into a new state of existence. And you can apply this guidance to virtually every aspect of your life, from the smallest detail to the grandest general themes. Okay, so keep that in mind. And this is all inspired by your past, which is the 10 of Discs, and this is associated with the concept of wealth. On the Tree of Life, this is actually the final spherith, known as Malkuth, and this is the kingdom, this is the culmination of it all. And in this case, since it's manifesting through Earth, this isn't necessarily a positive thing, though it holds the potential for it. The 10 of Discs is actually the point of having accumulated so much wealth that it in itself gains somewhat of a kind of advantage over you or power over you. I often equate this to the idea of sacrificing freedom for security. becoming such a priority due to the fear of loss. In this card, there are strong themes of attachment. So you can actually look to the areas of your life that contain a lot of that, clinging to old ways, attachment to perhaps things or people or situation or comfortable familiarities. And you can actually see that those are the areas that are being transformed. Okay, an aspect of yourself has gotten fed up with all of that, and you're choosing something drastically new, hence the Eon in your central theme. And in your fate section, no matter what path you choose here, either the Prince of Discs or the Hierophant, you are going to step into a new capacity. A new personality profile is actually going to merge with yours. Some kind of alchemical fusion is set to occur. And so, of course, clearly the Princess of Discs has a direct relationship with the Prince of Discs, only this is introverted. In the Myers-Briggs personality profiling system, this is the ISFP rather than the ESFP, so the introverted sensing feeling perceiver. Somebody who sees everything, somebody who's warm, sensitive, unassuming, somebody who doesn't share everything but reserves that for special circumstances. This is an artistic, very creative personality type. So somebody who's very in touch with themselves and with nature. So this is an aspect of yourself that may have always been there. It may have been very small, or it may be your primary personality type. If so, then you're stepping into that. You're going to be given the privilege to be able to indulge your truest form. If this is actually a match for your personality profile, if you've ever done the Myers-Briggs test, then that's a great sign. That means that all of the circumstantially based distractions are set to fall away, and you'll actually be given the opportunity to indulge that aspect of yourself, that dominant aspect of yourself. If this Princess of Discs, this artist within you, is very small, then this is scheduled to grow. It's scheduled to step into the forefront. And that's a very, very pleasant personality profile to embody. So it seems like this is pretty good news, I think. Especially considering the Eon, which is so significant in your central theme. This is a huge event for you. But hey, it's just one of many in a long chain of miraculous events that make up life. And it's easy to take them for granted, and sometimes all too easy to not even notice them when they're happening. But please do pay attention. Pay close attention and notice the shift that is occurring this month. And if you do, I think that you'll just gain so much more from it. So, that about wraps it up. Thank you so much for listening to this. And don't forget to check out my website, IamHelios.com, to go so much deeper.